But we've established that your name is Chris, but we don't know what role you play in the band. Or some people may not know. I know
Yeah,
because I looked it up.
sure. I mean, overall encompassing, I'm the man of many hats in further north. Uh, most people just see me with a guitar, and that's kind of where I sit. But no, I mean, we all pull all kinds of weight, but I just tend to do more of the business side of stuff, and well, whatever needs to get done will get done eventually by me probably. I don't know. I've learned over the years of playing in bands that every band has a dynamic of like, here's the songwriter, here's the dude that just does everything, here's the personality in the band, and that's fine. We all kind of fall into our roles and make it happen. So
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to have some type of structure in a band.
yeah, it's very much
Otherwise,
so like
chaos.
it was yeah, we still get chaos all the time. As structured as we think we are, it's still chaotic, but that's what makes it fun, right?
It's true. There's got to be a little chaos in life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be pretty boring.
Why are we doing it then? Yeah.
Yep. I wish there was a lot less chaos of some sorts in this world, but
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we could pick and choose it. We can. That's a whole nother podcast we could get into.
it is. It is.
But
So I'm curious too, was there a specific moment in your life that made you decide you wanted to be a musician?
and I tell people this all the time, and it's still pretty spot on for my personality and my taste now. I remember going to a friend's house, and this is back in the day of like LimeWire and Kazaa, and like he was downloading music videos. Like not
Hmm.
only did we have the songs, but he was downloading like the full videos. Because this is before YouTube. This is before all of this, where you could just
Yeah.
pull up a video on your phone. We didn't have any of that. We didn't have cell phones at this point. I remember going over to his house when they were skipping school, and it was fresh eighth grade or freshman year. We're skipping school, and I was nervous because I never skipped school. I was always try to be the good kid. And we go into his house, and I hear it just loud as you can be in the back room, just something going, some kind of music going crazy. So we walk in, I walk to the back, and he's got Josie by Blink 182 playing the video. And at the time, of course, I'm 14, so I thought Rachel Lee Cook was just the hottest thing in the world. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Or not Rachel, that was Newfound Glory. I'm thinking about Alyssa Milano. See, I get them mixed up. I dementia, I'm getting old.
Nah, it's the elder emo brain.
Yeah, there you go. So Alyssa Milano in the video, I was like, oh man, that's awesome. And then I started listening to the music like subconsciously. And I was like, wow, this is different. Like up till then, I had only listened to like what my mom had on the radio. So it was like classic rock and like there's a little bit of hip hop from like Cousins influence and stuff like that. But I remember distinctly being like, this is something that I want to get into. I want to hear more of this. And so of course, like as one does, and as I got older, my personality is 1,000 miles an hour or 0 miles an hour. And thankfully, that's done a lot of cool stuff for me in my life. It's gotten me into some trouble too, but that's a different podcast as well. But I just went home and I just deep dove into everything that I could about Blink, and then you get the back in the day, you'll understand this. You go buy the record or the CD, and in the liner notes, it tells you about all the bands they thanked and all this and all that. So you just kind of go off into this huge rabbit hole of, I've got like 30 mix CDs within like 2 weeks of just all this stuff that I found. And it blew my mind. And then a friend gave me a bass guitar. And this is kind of, I guess, bringing it back to what you asked me. Gave me a bass guitar, and I stood on my bed at like 14, did not know how to play the thing whatsoever. But I would play Take Off Your Pants and Jacket and just air guitar to it, and I was hooked. Ever since then, that's been one of my favorite records. That is undoubtedly my favorite band. Um, yeah, I just realized I was like, man, I want to learn how to play music like this. I was in band in middle school and it wasn't as cool, but
Yeah.
absolutely picked up a guitar and it just took off. And I've been doing the same thing since I was 15, 16 years old, and I'll be 30. I'll be 39 this year. So
Yeah.
it's it's been a crazy 21 years or whatever
Yeah.
that is. I can't do
S
math either.
Since Blink-182 came back into the scene a little and did some shows, did you get a chance to go see them live?
So I've never spent this amount of money on a concert in my life. And another friend of mine was like, "Hey," he texted me and he said he had like the pre-sale code because he has a credit card with whoever was doing it. And he was like, "What's the limit? Like, what's our limit on this?" And I said, "There is no limit. Like, just do it. Whatever you do, I'll get you the money, and we're gonna go see them in the best way possible." And so we did. We spent a lot of money, but I that's one of the things I'll never ever. I saw them one time on the Pop Disaster tour with Green Day and Blink or Jimmy Eat World,
Hmm.
and it was cool because that was like the take off your pants and jacket, Enema of the State era, and it was awesome. But then I didn't see him again because I was touring, or I was just doing stuff, other things. Um, so it was cool to come back and see them. I saw him with Lil Wayne with Matt Skiba playing guitar, and that was a really different experience. But very very happy to be able to go back and see them with Tom on his return. It was perfect. It sounded incredible. I was at points I was up there bawling like a baby because I got to see it all happen again. It's cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, I never saw Blink-182, but I did see Green Day back in the day.
Oh, nice. Before American Idiot.
I want to say it probably was after American Idiot.
Okay. Yeah, see Minority and Warning and like that early. I say it's I don't know, it's pretty further on in their career, but that before American Idiot, like earlier Green Day is so flipping good. It's just like I don't know, especially when they were like kind of Americana punk, I guess, for a minute
Yeah, I
there.
mean, Dookie would definitely be my favorite album just because
Oh,
that's the
sure.
album that got me, into Green Day. I
Yeah.
remember getting that as like a birthday present one year.
Heck yeah.
So,
The
so yeah.
rawness of that record is awesome.
Yeah, my brother was big into the rock and stuff, so he kind of influenced my musical tastes a bit.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That's awesome. I love Dookie.
Yep, it's a great record.
Yeah.
Now, you guys tend to write about mental health, addiction, grief, and more. Now, what made you guys decide to write about such heavy subjects?
We do not so much Blink-182 subject matter as we
No.
got older. Um, no, so we're all a bunch of hopeless insert, a noun here. Like some of us are there's a hopeless romantic in the group. There's just we're all about trying to because like you said earlier, the world is crazy and it's dark and it's at times it sucks so bad and it's just it feels like there's no getting around what's going on sometimes.
Hmm.
So we try it's an active goal every time we write music to put some kind of hope in the song, whether it's it like we have a song called Echoes. It's just about growing up in Arlington, Texas. We have a song called Live to Love that is about just learning to love people. Like it seems like now, especially nowadays, everybody is so hateful and just so crappy and like it it's insane to think that like at one point like we all just used to hang out and go to shows together, but now you're one color, I'm a different color, we like this guy, we don't like this guy.
Hmm.
It's all it's just the divisiveness is insane. So we try to keep it sort of centralized with hope, and make that. I mean, like we're talking earlier, some of our friends in Houston, they're a band called Long Live the Lights. They always talk about this thing called Hope Core, and we started stealing it and just saying that's what we're trying to do. Like all of us want to be like those dudes anyway, so it's cool. But yeah, we just try. I mean, mental health is real, and it's Steve says it every night when we are ending with our last song called Now or Never, and it's kind of a heavier song, but he says it in between the songs. He says like the mental health is real. It sucks. I don't know if anybody says I love you anymore, but there needs to be more of it. There needs to be more acceptance and more just love in general, and
Hmm.
it's crazy. Like we're all kind of we're faith-based dudes too. So like that's the one thing we're supposed to do is just love everybody. You know what I mean? We're not here to judge people. We're not here to judge anybody for doing anything. I don't care what you do. Just be a cool person and hang out. It's not my not none of our spots to judge anybody. We just want to try to make people forget about the crap going on for half an hour or 45 minutes, depending on what we're doing for the night.
Right.
Uh, and it seems like it's started to work pretty well. Like it's always very validating whenever we get like that message on Instagram. It's like, hey, I saw you in Austin, and I just forgot about everything going on, and I just enjoyed myself and remembered why I like things for half an hour. And it's like, oh, cool. That's us doing our job. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
They
Shows
put so
have
much.
definitely shows have
Sorry.
definitely become like people's therapy nowadays.
Oh, it's absolutely, and and that's what I try to explain to people is like, I know going to therapy for or going to a show is therapeutic for people that see the show, but like us as the guys doing it and like putting on that show and playing that show, it's just as therapeutic for us.
Right.
It's it's the only time of my day where I can just lose my mind and not worry about it.
Hmm.
Thankfully we've gotten to a muscle memory level with the band where we can we're it's just going once it starts rolling, it rolls, and we just have fun in between.
Right. Well, I
So
mean, if you're not having fun at the show,
man,
then you're not doing it right.
no, and I mean we grew up in punk rock. Like it's got to be fun. It has to be loud, it
Yep.
has to be fast, it's got to be fun.
I definitely hear the like punk influences in your guys' music
Oh sure, that's
for
awesome.
sure.
Yeah.
Now, I am curious for someone who has, if someone listening to this has never, heard your band before, what two songs would you have them listen to first of yours to get them a real good feel for you guys?
So this has always changed with me because I go through eras or like ebbs and flows with our music of what I'm listening to. Uh my favorite song we've ever written, I still think is a song called This Dissonance, and it's off the first EP from 2018. And it's an acoustic song. It's very slow, it's very calming. There's like violins in it. Like, it's just my kind of thing. I'm more of the emo dude in the band, I think so. Um, sorry, my dog's in here, so you're probably here walking around.
Nah, I'm good. I love dogs anyways.
Oh, she's the best. Um, so I don't know, probably a year ago, you would hear me say like this dissonance and this song called Wishing Well that we play. I love Wishing Well just because it's fast and it's more of the punk rock thing. Uh, but lately, and especially on this last tour we just did, it's funny to watch how people react to different songs.
Hmm.
And we have a song called Wasted Time and we have a song called Echoes. And both of those songs, when we were recording Wasted Time, I told the guys, I was like, this song it's not going to be fun to play because it's super simple. And, it's just like, it's not for me, like it's not it. And I caught myself in Oklahoma City, like looking at people just kind of vibing with it. And I was like, oh, this is what that's about. Like, this is what it's supposed to be about. And people are just, kind of just sort of flowing with it. And it's like we call it our LFO song because it's like a big summer song. Um, but yeah, that song and our song Echoes, I think Echoes is the catchiest thing we've written. just like the chorus hook and all the guitars that go into it, and that one was a lot of fun. But I would definitely say Echoes or Wasted Time, which is funny because, like I said, I wouldn't have said Wasted Time 6 months ago. But that song is, and not to toot my own horn, but that song is so freaking catchy.
It is a good song. It's not one of my favorites. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
great song, but my favorites were Echoes, Russian Roulette, and Lighted Roads.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. So, funny story about Lighted Roads is we've never played that song live.
And you know what's funny? I always come across that. Like, I always like songs that bands don't either play live or aren't their most like popular song.
Sure. That's awesome. No, yeah, that's a great song. I think I don't know. There's a lot of guitar work going on in it, and there's just two guitars in the band. So we have to figure out how to divide that up. And whenever that song came out, it was pretty much, that was like a rebranding of the band, I would say. So it was like we did that. We released that and we released a song, or we released Russian Roulette. No, Wishing Well came out with that one. And Wishing Well had a lot of push behind it because our buddy Nick from Hit the Lights is on
Hmm.
that song. So I feel like it kind of got pushed to the side. I mean, my favorite music video we've ever done is Lighted Roads for sure. But I feel like the song just kind of got pushed to the side. And it sucks because it's our other guitar players. Like he wrote that, and
Hmm.
so it's kind of gotten shelved, and I feel bad about that. But
Well, maybe you should bring it back.
yeah, I mean, we should. We were doing a lot this year, so we need to start playing that song because people do like it, and it's funny. At one point, it was the most streamed song we had, and everyone would ask us to play it. And we're like, we don't really know how to play that song live yet. Like that was definitely written in a studio.
Yeah. Yeah,
Little
how was it?
secret.
How was it writing or fe having Nick from Hit the Lights featured and working with him?
Oh, Nick is awesome. We all grew up with Hit the Lights. It's still to this day uh, in our van when we travel. Skip school start fights, and uh, Summer Bones, which is, if you can see right here, it's weird doing this to the camera. This little, whatever this picture frame is the song Summer Bones, handwritten by Nick.
Ah,
The lyrics to it, because that song, for me and Mark, our other guitar player, and Steve, our singer in the band, that song has a huge personal meaning to us.
yeah.
Um, so to have him do stuff with us was incredible. Obviously, we're huge Skip School fans and everything that they've done.
Yeah.
Um,
They're
yeah,
not coming to Texas on that tour, are they?
no, they're not. And every time I talk to Nick, I'm like, dude, you have got like, I don't know, I'll pay you myself to come down here and play a show. Like, we have to figure this out.
Yeah, I saw them recently in Milwaukee when they were here in December.
Yeah, with Gold Steps.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another great group of people for us. We love
Oh
Zach
yeah.
and
Love Gold
Betty.
Steps.
Yeah, good people.
They are. They're great. Uh, I had Betty on the podcast, and then more recently, Omar from Hit the Lights came on and
Yeah,
chatted with
heck
me and
yeah,
stuff. So it's always fun to like get those like bands that like were back in like the early 2000s that are all of a sudden
yeah,
it's like, bam, you're back. Like Hit the Lights is back. And I'm just like, I
yeah,
was so excited to have
yeah.
them back and have Omar come on and chat with us. So
Omar's awesome. I love. Oh yeah, like I said, every one of those dudes. Me and our singer. We flew to Pittsburgh just to watch them one time. Well, we have a lot of friends on it. Like they were doing four chords, so there was like a pre-show.
yeah.
So we watched a lot of people and hung out with a lot of friends, but it's like the main reason was for me to go see Hit the Lights again because we haven't seen them in forever. Uh,
Yeah.
that's
I don't know
awesome.
if I flew too far for I mean, I went to Warp Tour in Orlando last year, but
Nice. And
that
where are
was
you
like
from?
I'm from Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, I'm way up here, up in the good old
Yeah.
north,
Heck
way up
yeah.
north.
Up north. That's okay.
Now, do you guys have any plans for any collabs in the future?
We are currently sitting on an acoustic version of a song. I won't spoil it. That we have a female vocalist on that's going to come out probably towards the end of fall or into fall. Uh, so for years we've told ourselves that we wanted to write a song like December by Neck Deep, and finally, I mean, not as good obviously, but finally we did it. Uh, and so that should be coming out. That's probably the only collab thing that we do this year, but that's going to be a lot of fun. It's done now, so we just listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't it suck like kind of sitting on songs sometimes?
It's crazy how that works when you're like, and so that, I mean, that's kind of part of the problem. Like we recorded Russian Roulette and Wasted Time in California, in Los Angeles like 2 years ago. And it took like almost a year and a half for us to release Wasted Time. So we're just waiting on things to line up right. And so by the time we released it, we were all kind of tired of the song. And it's like, oh, we've heard it so much. We've spent a year with it. And now all these people are like, oh, we love that song. Like we want to hear it. And we're like, ah, oh, okay, we'll play it. It's just funny to hang on to stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's like it is funny because like sometimes bands have a record done and it's like been, gets released and it was done like 9, 10 months ago.
Hmm.
It's just that's how it is now though with social media and everything. You have to lead up to everything.
Oh
Before
yeah,
you didn't know. You'd be like, oh, the band said it was going to come out this time and it just comes out.
yeah. Oh,
Or you
it's
get your CD or you have to go to Best Buy and buy the
the Best
CD.
Buy. The dynamic of releasing music in the last 20 years has just gone berserk to me.
Yep.
I mean,
It
it's
is
nuts.
crazy.
Like,
It's a singles thing now. Like, oh, you got to release this single and
yeah,
then you got to release this single.
that's the thing with us. Like, we're going back. Our friend Jeff that records. He's our producer here in Texas while we're home. We'll go to LA for some people. We've talked about going to Nashville with some other people, but when we're home, we work with Jeff Rockwell, and we just had a meeting with him the other day, and he was like, "Well, you guys, we gave him like 15 demos. We're like, all right, pick five of these, and let's run with it." And so he's like, "Okay, well, the end of March, we're gonna get in, we're gonna knock out like three or four at a time, and we'll probably do more than five." But just knowing that and knowing that we're going to sit on a song that and not release it till probably January or February maybe of next year that we recorded in March of this year is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just kind of the state of single releasing and the waterfall effect and all that.
Yeah. So now that being said, are you guys releasing any songs
Oh
earlier than
yeah.
January? Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we we are all with the exception of two guys in the band, we're all dads. And so we forget about things, like I guess extracurricular stuff we forget about. And we literally looked up and was like, hey, Wasted Time. It's been like almost 2 years since that song came out. And that was the last thing that we released. So I was like, oh crap. This is why Spotify numbers are terrible because there's nothing new to listen to. And so we I made a band goal of releasing 5 or 6 songs this year, and the other guys aren't too stoked on it because that means they have to like go work with me. But it's gonna happen. We'll definitely release more than probably three, or I'd say three or four. By the time we get to the acoustic one in the fall, I want to have close to five ready or talked about being out to put on a new EP because we've been doing singles for like 3 years and it's crazy.
Yeah. We want to get them all together on
Yeah, I want to put
one
some kind
single
of
record.
some. We just did that. We put everything we have. People kept asking us for physicals of just a bunch of the older songs, and so we thought instead of just reprinting the EP, we would just put everything we've done on one CD, and somehow it worked. And so we have a CD called "The Maps That We Drew" at the
Hmm.
merch table, and it's just literally it's like the entire discography of the band. So it's really cool.
Yeah. Now, there's got to be touring happening in 2026.
Sure, there's quite a bit of that. being talked about in the back room. um, we have to do it strategically and kind of smart because we're all full time, like I
Hmm.
said, full time dads, full time family dudes, and we have to make it kind of count when we have to make it count when we do it. So it's definitely happening. There's plenty of stuff. We're actually going to announce some stuff, a little weekend run that we have to get on an airplane for. I don't know when this comes out, but it'll probably be out by then, I think, because we have a couple of days, I think, until we actually need to release it.
Right now,
But
it's looking at mid-March will be
oh
the
yeah,
release of this, so
it'll be out. It'll be out by then for sure.
it'll be
So I
out
guess
before this, so
huh?
it'll be out before this when it
Yeah, yeah,
comes
yeah.
out.
Yeah. So I can go ahead and say it. We're gonna do a couple of days in Pacific Northwest, mainly like Seattle, uh, with our friends in college radio.
Okay.
So we're having to fly in and do the whole thing. And our other guitar player, his wife's family is from Oregon. So I don't know, we kind of tried to cater to that as like a experimental first like fly out for us to go do something. Uh, there's definitely two other weekend fly out trips that we have in the works.
Hmm.
So we're trying to make it all happen. There's some talks about we like the Midwest because a bunch of these guys are from St. Louis, the St. Louis area.
Hmm.
So we try to go through the Midwest once a year at least. Um, so there's that on the table, and that there's some bigger names that are going to be kind of going, or we're going to be going with through that. Uh, I don't know. There's a whole lot. We're trying to do as much as we can, but still like be grounded enough to be
Right.
family dudes at home. So it's always a crazy balance. And it's funny how, every summer we'll do usually probably like 7 to 10 days straight. And by day three, we're all ready to go home. And I'm looking for my basketball shorts and I'm trying to like not be the band dude. So it's funny how it works, but I know that like it's beneficial for us to do it just because we've gotten so used to being at home from not touring full time anymore.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, there's definitely some stuff happening. I don't know about Wisconsin. That'd be awesome to get up there,
Yeah,
but
you should get up here. I've been telling Andre for a while that Long Live
oh,
Lights
dude,
needs to come up this
if
way.
if I could play every show or like with those dudes, we totally would. Matt, their bass player, is like one of my best friends. They live in Houston. We live in the Dallas area, and it's like a 3 to 5 hour, depending on when you leave, uh, trip down there. But I will go down there every single chance I get to hang out with those guys. I love that band so much.
Yeah, they're great dudes.
We actually They did a summer tour with us,
Hmm.
and me and the fill-in bass player that we had at the time for Further North, we both had to play guitar for Long Live because their guitar player was having a baby, so he had to go home. And it was like, "Hey, you guys practice this, right?" And we're like, yeah, but like not in like a live situation." And so we get the call at a hotel. We're bougie. We have to stay in hotels because we're old. But we get the call. Drake calls and he's like, "Hey, you guys, this is on y'all. Like you're playing guitar tonight. You got to step up." And we're like, "Oh crap!" So Matt and I, the fill-in bass player for Further North at the time, are in the back of our van with guitars, like just ripping through these songs, trying to make sure that we know what we're doing. And one of the funnest shows I've ever played in my life, we ended that tour with, and it was me and Matt playing guitar for with Long Live. And there's a picture of Matt, their bass player, just giving me the funniest look at that show. And it's my face is like kind of surprised, I guess. It's like a surprise reaction. I don't know. There's so much lore between the two of us that I love that band so much. Those guys are incredible. They're the best dudes. The music rips.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I was actually gonna ask too, like you were talking about that summer tour with them and everything. Now,
Yeah.
what made you guys decide to do the Whitney Houston challenge?
That was so. we are not social media guys. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I really know how to get in and out of Facebook. Like MySpace was my era.
Well, yeah,
So
mine too.
yeah, I was back there coding and putting all kinds of weird stuff on
I
my
know we
my
were all coders then.
dude. In early 2000s, it's wild. Now that's like a thing in school. No, so that challenge, like I I always try to we have a content creator that is with us at all times. For her name's Murphy. We drag her through everything that we do. She is such a trooper about it though. But uh we have like a text thread, and I was just shooting her ideas, and I'm like, hey, we need to do this, we need to try this, we need to do this. And I saw Simple Plan did this backstage. They did the Whitney Houston challenge, and it didn't take off at all, which is kind of, I thought it was crazy because Simple Plan is massive. That's another like
Right.
favorite band of ours. And so I texted it to Murphy, and I was like, hey, before after sound check tonight, this is at that same show that we played guitar for them in Conway, Arkansas. Um, at that show, we had a couple of minutes, and I was like, hey, get a drum. We're gonna do this real quick. It's probably stupid. Nothing's gonna come of it. No big deal. You just indulge me for a minute with the social media. So we did it. The entire tour package did it. All the dudes in the band, even our sound guy, and even the owner of the venue at that point did it. I don't know that that's in the video. I think a lot of it got cut down, but we did this and then didn't even think anything of it. Murphy edits it, posts it, and we're driving home after the show that night. And she's like, hey, it's kind of got some traction. It's got a couple of thousand views. And we're like, okay, cool. That's for us. Like, that's doing something. And so she texts me the next morning, and she goes, dude, like, it's at a million views. Like, this may go somewhere. Or no, what it was, she said her personal record for another band she works for was 166,000. It was as high as she'd ever gotten view wise. And then so she texts me, and she's like, hey, I think it's going to surpass it. And then a couple hours later, she texts me again. I was like, dude, it's at a million views. Like, I don't know what's happening. And it just took off. And I think last time we looked, it was like three something. And
3.1 million.
that's crazy for something we just did like joking around. But the internet is massive, but it's also like a very small world. And Whitney Houston's like estate messaged us and was like, hey, can we have this video? We want to post it too, like promote it. Like, this is cool. This is one of the biggest ones we've ever seen. So of course we let that she's like a queen. So yeah, like of course you have whatever you want. We're just five dudes from Texas who don't know what we're doing. Like, obviously can't time a drum hit very well. Um, and then the guy who actually recorded the drums on that song, I guess he's passed away, but his daughter messaged us and said, hey, this is his name's Ricky Lawson. And she messaged us and said, this is incredible. I love seeing that my dad's getting celebrated so much. And to me, like, as a bunch of dads in the band, we were all like, okay, like, that's the best part of this is
Right.
like she feels seen, for what her dad's work was. Like, and, of course, we have time in the van. So we're going back and we're looking at like what recordings he was on. And he's done like Michael Jackson, and he's done Whitney Houston. And he just like, dude, this guy is a freaking pro, like for sure. He didn't need any help from a little pop punk band, but the fact that it reached her, we were all like, wow, that's insane. Like, the internet's crazy.
Yep. It's
The other
definitely a
thing we liked
crazy
about
place.
Oh, it's nuts. The other thing we liked about that video was watching everybody fight in the comments over what the actual count is. It was so funny because we still don't, I can't even explain to you what it is. Some of the guys in the band think that they know it, they still miss it whenever they try to prove it. So I don't know. It's
Yeah,
funny.
you would think as everyone does it like in front of you, you would kind of
Yeah.
like get a feel for it as it's getting to your turn. But
Hmm.
then it's like, nope, you overthink it
That's the thing.
and
You,
everything.
you get so excited that you swing early, or you're like, I still, you wait too long and you completely miss it. And I don't know. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, it's for something so just small and what I feel like was not serious at all. Like it was such a stupid idea. It just took off.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because that
It's
did
funny how that happens sometimes.
so as we're learning, it's the stupid little like nothing videos that do it for you, you know? Like the next one we put out that was had no real direction or point, I guess. We were laying, so the three of us were laying in a bed together, just watching videos of our show from the night before. And we're being corny. And I was like, oh man, we're so good. Like, this is awesome. We're so good. And, the guys behind me are just making the same kind of stupid jokes. And that took off. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, they're tagging all their friends in it. And like, this is what bands do. And we're like, yes, this is absolutely what we do.
Yeah, I mean, I think people just want to see something they haven't seen
Yeah.
or haven't come across yet, you know? So like if you put out something super different that's not happening and
Yeah.
it piques someone's interest, I mean, they always say like, oh, in the first 3 or 5 seconds you have to get someone's attention nowadays.
Well, it worked. We did two that worked. And it's, I don't know. Like I said, all of that goes back to Murphy just being so good at what she does.
Yeah.
And we act stupid and she films it and it ends up making, she makes cool stuff out of it. So I'm thankful for that at least.
Yeah. I wonder what the next big hitter will be.
She she will message us in the middle of the night and be like, "Hey, we need to do this." I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that tomorrow when I'm awake." Like I'm laying in bed half asleep right now. So I don't know. There's no telling when it's gonna be. And she does this thing where like she'll have us do something and then the video will come out and we won't even know she's posting it. She just posts it. So we don't even know.
Right.
But it works.
Now I am curious, has anybody ever like said your singer Steve sounds a little like Jarrett from Bowling for Soup?
Everybody says that.
Everybody does it. I was wondering,
Everybody
I'm like,
does.
am I the only one that's hearing it? Probably not, but I gotta ask anyways.
Yeah. So we get compared to BFS constantly, and it's kind of funny because one, we're friends with Jarrett. Jarrett's awesome. Jarrett and I are from the same small nothing town in Texas, so that it's funny that that's tied together. And then anytime like we get random messages from him on Instagram, and he's like, "Hey, this song's awesome," and it'll be like echoes, or I think he did it to Russian Roulette last time. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "This song sounds like me. This is awesome." And we had a hater on the internet because that happens. But we had somebody be like, "Man, this sounds terrible. The singer's horrible. Like this, this doesn't work." And Reddick was like, he goes, "Dude, he sounds like him and I sound alike, a lot alike." He's like, "And I won a Grammy, so f that guy. Like we're not, that's not real. Like that's just somebody just talking crap."
Yeah,
So yeah, we definitely have the connection to Bowling for Soup. We love those guys. We bug them all the time just to let us open the show. So maybe one day it'll happen.
yeah. You guys need to
But
do like a little collab together, I think.
oh, dude, we love Jared. We totally would. Maybe that's what another one we'll do this year is get ready to do some stuff with us.
And then you guys can like do some type of music video where they have like a sing off or something because they both sound
The
similar.
same, yeah, and it's the same voice. That'd be hilarious.
See how much they actually sound the same. See if people can spot the difference.
Right? One of those like spot the differences video, but it's just him and Reddick.
There
That'd
you
be
go.
funny.
Yeah, you could be
See,
like,
that's content.
yep. And you don't tell people who's singing until, and they have to guess. Be like,
Right.
is this Steve or is this Jared? Like, oh, make
Yeah,
them
no,
guess.
we
That'd
love
be
those
funny.
guys. We've all grown up watching them play like the Fort Worth Main Streets Arts Festival and stuff. So they were always the little band that we grew up with that just did massive things. So it was always
Hmm.
really cool to like know that I don't know, they're in our backyard too. Like, and they vibe with us. They're cool. They dig further north. So
Yeah, I
that's
remember
awesome.
seeing, I saw Bowling for Soup a bunch of times when in the early 2000s and everything, and saw
Sure.
them more recently when I was at Warped Tour. So
Yeah,
they're always putting on good shows and
oh, it's
they still sound great.
we get told all the time our stage banter and like the actions on stage are a lot like them. And there's some nights where I've stolen Jarrett's like sweaty smack a pick to your forehead thing. I've done that, and I don't know. It's fun. We try to represent it well, at least.
Yeah. Now, talking about Bowling for Soup and everything, they're such an OG band. Like, I know
Sure.
you love Blink 182. You obviously love Brand New. You're wearing their sweatshirt.
Yes, that's another one of my favorite
What
bands.
other 90s and early 2000s bands are like your biggest, most
Oh
favorite
man.
bands?
So I'm probably the worst person in the band to ask that question to, just because I listen to like 9 billion things. But personally, if I was staying, sort of genre adjacent, obviously Newfound Glory is a massive one for me.
Hmm.
They were always like, to me, they were like Blink 182 that still stayed kind of in your back pocket. Plus, like, I grew up loving hardcore, and that was so much of the beginning of Newfound that I was like, oh, this is exactly what I want, like heavy pop punk stuff.
Right.
And then the day I remember came along and blew my mind. Um, but yeah, like I love Newfound Glory. Obviously, I love Bowling for Soup. Um, we still jam. We listen to a lot. Like in our van, there's three tour rules. Uh, you have to be quiet whenever we're working because some of us still work on the road, right? Like you have to legit be quiet. We still have like day jobs we have to do. Uh, and then the second rule is we don't let I don't drive after shows because I'm like falling asleep. So it's probably a smart thing to not do that. Third and final rule though is every time we get in the van, Murphy makes us play Story of the Year's Page Avenue all the way through because that's like one of her favorite bands. And
Hmm.
so of course, like we just have to. So like Story of the Year, we listen to a ton of the Used. So we listen to a lot of Hit the Lights. Uh, as far as like personal tastes go, I mean, I'm a huge 90s rock guy. Like I love the Goo Goo Dolls and I love Matchbox 20 and Gin Blossoms and yeah, I
Hmm.
can go forever, but huge 90s guy. Uh even the 90s like pop punk like and we cover Lit and I get so tired of that song, but I was listening to that A Place Under the Sun record that they put out
Hmm.
and it's still so good. It's like, man, this stuff still stands up. Like this is still so good.
Yeah, and they're going
Uh
out on tours now.
Yeah, like that's kind of the whole thing with the nostalgia. Like everybody is coming back. It's wild. It's awesome to be able to see it.
I love it. I'm
But
here for it.
yeah, exactly. I'll go watch this stuff all day. Um, yeah, absolutely. Like there's just so much. Early 2000s, I would say for me, not I'd say 98 because of a lot of the early Blink stuff to like 2008, 2007 for me was like that 10 years was just so formative and so pivotal for so many things in my life.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, my big old CD booklet, right? Not even
Right.
like MP3 players. That sucker was stuffed. We're
I still have
huge.
mine.
Oh, do you? That's awesome. We're huge Reliant K fans. We're huge MXPX guys. Uh, Saves a Day, Get Up Kids. We always tease our singer because every time I see him, even on tour, and I see him every day, multiple times a day on tour, obviously, he has the same like Get Up Kids, Ataris, MXPX shirts. It's like just one rotation that he does. I'm like, dude, you have the same t-shirts every single day.
Well, he's got his
It,
thing.
yeah, oh, exactly. And that's so, I'm all for it. Like we love all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just punk rock, pretty much any punk rock. We love No Use for a Name. We love No Effects. We love like all the old skate stuff. So there's no telling. I could go forever about what I listen to.
Right. I got to circle back to Murphy and her favorite band being Story of the Year because they're my
Sure.
favorite band.
Yeah. I gotta I have to ask her what her like. definitive number one favorite band is. I know Story's up there. I know she's a huge Landon Tours fan too. Um, I think this is me being old, the old head. I think he sings in a band called The Plot and You.
Maybe.
I know
Not
she
sure.
likes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know too well. I know she likes that band a lot. She loves Real Friends, which is cool. Like we all jam Real Friends in the band too.
Hmm. They're good.
She loves she loves the Long Live the Lights guys. You know, same way. Like it's I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah. You guys did a couple shows with Gina Fontanella too.
Oh, Gina. Gina's the best.
I love Gina.
Gina is so cool.
We've
That
had
was
her on
one
a
of
couple times now.
yeah. That was one of the things that like I saw she was playing Dallas and uh her song Normal Life, I think is such a catchy song, just like such a hook. And so I saw on TikTok, of course, because social media runs the world. I saw on TikTok, I saw just one of her videos with that song, and I was like, "Oh, that's freaking catchy! Like, I got to check this chick out." And that was probably 5 or 6 months that I listened to her, and then I saw her announce that she was doing Texas dates. And so, of course, as the opportunist that I am, I texted Brian. I was like, "Hey, Brian's our manager," and I said, whatever you need to do to get us on these dates, just we pulled pretty well around Texas. Just get us on these dates. I want to play these shows. The guys gave me crap for it because, of course, in modern times that you have a 50-50 chance of what you get when it comes to like playing shows with social media popular people.
Hmm.
So like we played shows where it just fell completely flat, and there was like three people in the crowd for this band that has 100,000. Just goes crazy. But then we've also played shows like with Gina where you show up, we load in, we meet her, we meet her band and her crew and everything, and the show goes off, and all of us are like, she's during sound check, she's like, all of our jaws are on the floor because the chick can sing,
Hmm.
and we're like, oh wow, like she's real. Like it's not just like it's not a TikTok thing. Like she
Hmm.
can do this. And so her boyfriend Ben, who runs her merch, I was talking to him, and he was like, "Dude," he said, "the best thing about it is she is from the generation where she was a musician first, before she was a TikTok star. So she had to be a good musician to continue to do this,
Yeah.
and it wasn't just propped up by fake likes and all that stuff." And now people are just noticing her more so doing her own stuff, right? She does like rock opera stuff, which is awesome.
Hmm.
But they're getting to know her on for her personal stuff because of TikTok. So like, oh, she's a TikTok star, but really she's just a musician. Like, and she I think she said she's been writing songs and playing songs since she was a kid.
Yeah.
So immediately, once we weren't the weird creepy opening band that just hanging around, we I think we became super good friends with her. I love Gina. Her band is incredible. She's like, I mean, you see what you see on the internet and at shows, but then like off stage, she's just as real as she is like on stage, which is awesome. It's the same person.
Right.
We've been doing this long enough that you come across people that put on like a personality or a persona on stage, and they come off stage and they're just not the best people to be around. But she like dude, there's no switch, and it's
Yeah.
it's awesome with her. We played 4 shows with her. We loved every night. It was cool. I don't know. She's a real one. Like we would love to do
Yeah.
more stuff with her.
And she was
uh
getting over being sick.
so that's the other thing. At sound check, after we met her first night in Austin, Murphy was like talking to her, and she's like, same kind of thing. She was like, oh, like, I know this probably sounds stupid, but like you're real. And Gina was like, what do you mean? She's like, you're not like a TikTok star. Like you can actually sing, and your band sounds good, and like you guys are tight. Like you're a musician. And that's how we kind of learned everything. But Gina kept telling us, she's like, yeah, I'm getting over a, a sickness, and so I'm only at 60%. And we're like, dang, dude, if that's 60%, we're out here giving 110, and we're like not even near you. So it's like, God, I can't imagine what 100% from her is. It's gonna be incredible.
Right.
But yeah, she no, she killed it. She knocked it down every day. It was awesome. And
Yeah.
you could not, you wouldn't be able to tell that she was sick.
Nope. The show must go on.
And that's literally what she texted me. I texted her a couple days before we met up with them. I was like, "Hey, how you feeling? How's it going?" Just kind of cordial text, and she was like, "Oh, I feel terrible. I feel like I'm dying, but the show must go on." I was like, "Ah, okay. We have the same mentality, so we'll be good. This will be good,
Yep, I give her props for getting through that tour, being pretty much
dude."
sick the whole time.
Yeah, she is a freaking she's the best. She's tip top. Yeah, for sure.
Now, besides like you finding Gina as kind of a newer artist, are there any newer bands that you've been into super a lot
Oh
lately?
man. I mean, since back to social media, since that's kind of the way that you're discovering
Right.
anything new nowadays. I mean, I listened to this band called Cheer Up Dusty from Philadelphia. I think they're from Philly. I know they're from like Pennsylvania,
I feel like I might have
but
heard of them.
dude, their stuff is so freaking catchy too. It's like, golly, I don't know, like if we had social media like this 20 years ago, there would be so many massive bands now. I mean, there are already are, but yeah, we love Cheer Up Dusty. We did a run with some friends that we found on the internet called named Friend Circle. That
Yep,
Friend Circle is awesome. They're from Baltimore or Jersey, I think.
heard of them.
Uh yeah, just it's wild. One of my I consider her a close friend. Her name's LOL, it's Leah. That's her
Hmm.
performing name, but her obviously her real name's Leah. We found her and we played at a festival with her in San Antonio a couple years ago, and she's a real one. And it's like, dang, like it's so refreshing to find the ones that you're like, oh, okay, like these are my people. Like we're all in it for the same overall goal, and there's no egos, there's no just crappy people like to work with. Like it's just people that are trying to get their art out there and do it the right way. So it's always awesome to find that.
Yeah, we
But as
love Leah.
far, oh, Leah's awesome. Leah's incredible. I played a couple guitar shows with her as her guitar player, and I think she has a solid one now. But I'm always like, hey, if you need somebody, I'll fly to Jersey again. Like it was a lot of fun. She's awesome. Her and the music she's got and the new stuff she's doing is so good. I don't know how she hasn't popped off bigger than what she already is yet.
Yeah, I wonder that about a lot of artists sometimes. I'm like, how have they not?
Right? It's crazy.
But then
Uh,
again, social media, there's a huge sea of bands out there, so it's hard to get noticed and hard to pop
sure.
off nowadays.
Just kind of looking at my Spotify real quick, I guess. Here lately, this week, we're friends with a band called When the Sun
When the
Sets.
sun sets,
Yeah. So I always, and I have to be careful doing media and saying their name because there's an Under Oath song called When the Sun Sleeps, and I've crossed them before, and I can't, I got to show my dude some respect. I can't do that. But When the Sun Sets, uh, Zach, the singer, is also in a band called Late Nights in My Car, and I have been on not just nonstop playing their Spotify on loop for like 2 weeks now, and that's just another one. It's like I don't know how you guys have 800 monthly listeners or 300 or whatever it is. Like you guys are so good. This is so catchy. I don't know why it's not moving like crazy. Whatever the reason may be. I kind of like that it's still the little band in my back pocket kind of thing.
yeah,
But late nights in my car, when the sun sets, all of it, like their stuff is so good. It's a Chicago thing.
yep, Chicago band.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I've seen them a few times since they're up by me.
Yeah,
And we've had Zach on a couple times.
Zach's awesome. He's such a good dude.
Oh yeah, they're all good dudes. I love
Everybody
all
in
the
that
guys in
band
that
is good
band.
dudes. Yeah. We gave them a bunch of merch when we played a show with them in last March, about a year ago. We gave them a bunch of merch because we're just getting new stuff, so we're giving it away. And it's so funny to see all that stuff come up in their pictures, live pictures and stuff. I'm like, hey, that shirt, that's a nice shirt. That looks good.
Right? That's
That
a
looks
nice
good on you.
shirt.
Yeah,
But
great dudes.
yeah, I was actually gonna say Andre does say hi,
Oh, geez.
and that you better wear PF flyers on the next tour.
So funny story about Dre is when we were talking about doing the tour flyer for that tour, I want to say it was him that kept saying we had to put PF flyers on it because it's a Sandlot themed tour flyer, like the Beast is on it. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of fun doing that stuff with them. There's so many just little random inside jokes, and like we've never met another band, especially a band that's not from our city. We've never met another band that we just immediately clicked with, and it was like best friend brotherhood kind
Hmm.
of thing. And every one of those dudes, like, we just, I don't know. Anytime we're in Houston, it's 10 idiots just being dumb together, and it's the best thing possible. We love those guys.
Yeah. Now, we love hearing stories from the road or show stories, whatever kind of
Sure,
stories you have for me.
sure.
Are there any crazy or fun ones you could share?
Um, Trying to think of anything that's happened. There's always something going on in our van. Uh,
In the van or to the van?
we haven't done anything to the van or had anything done to the van yet, thank
Well,
God.
that's good.
Knock on wood. This last this last run with Gina, we ended our portion in Oklahoma City. She still had to play Nashville a couple of days later, but we didn't play that one with her. And toward at the end of it, so again, we grew up watching bands who did tour pranks.
Mm-hmm.
So there's in our van, I can kind of part one, part two this. In our van, we tour games are a thing in our band. There's a thing called I don't make the guys do it anymore because we're all too old, but there's a thing called pop lock and drop it, which that hurts your knees and we're old, so we don't do it. Um, there's also a thing called sandwich punch, which infuriates, how do you say that? Infuriates, makes somebody very mad if it happens to them. If they're on the receiving end of the sandwich punch, it's the worst night of your life. But what we do in that case is we eat a lot of Whataburger with the lights, guys. We ate Whataburger every night. And if you leave your sandwich and you get up and walk away from it, and there's nothing on top of the sandwich, somebody, I don't know where the hands come from all over everywhere, somebody will like close fists punch your sandwich. And it sucks when you haven't eaten all day and you're trying to just eat and like lay out in the van and like chill, and somebody just destroys your sandwich. It's the worst feeling in the world. It doesn't matter if it's like a hair, your own hair, or a hat, or I'll put my phone on it sometimes so like nobody will mess with it. I mean, we kind of keep that to our own van because that can really go south real quick with other bands. Um, the guys when we were in California, we were first starting into social media. We didn't have Murphy yet. So they were filming just everything and trying to make social media out of it. And for some reason, the goal, and I had just bought a brand new iPhone like a week before this trip. And the goal was for Steve to smack my phone out of my hand every chance he got. And so I'm sitting there on my phone and like, I want to say we're at a McDonald's and he just smacks it and it hits the ground. And I was mad because I was tired and I was like, it's a brand new phone. He's going to freaking break it. Uh, I don't know if that's not such a funny story, but to make a funny story, at the end of the Gina tour, like I was saying in Oklahoma City, um, we grew up watching All Time Low do a bunch of stuff to people, and I think there was in their DVD they throw a bunch of bras over the amps onto We the Kings while they're playing is like the last night thing. Obviously, we didn't have a ton of undergarments to do that with, so we took a leaf blower and tied or taped a paint roller to it and just put toilet paper on it and just blew like 20 something rolls of toilet paper across the stage while Gina was she ended her set with this song called Dylan's Dad.
Hmm.
And the last, I don't know, 15 or 20 seconds is like just kind of like real fast, real jamming, having fun. And we just blew toilet paper all over the stage. And we were throwing it at her and throwing it at the crowd, and they were throwing it back. And so it just, I don't know, it was a lot of fun. We've done, I'm sure there's other stuff we've done that I can't think about or probably shouldn't talk about. You get kind of bored on long drives, but yeah, we have some fun. We spend a lot of time in gas stations. That's where most of the pranking and heckling goes down.
The shenanigans happens in
Yep.
the
Oh,
gas
absolutely.
stations.
Bucky's for life.
Oh, don't get me started on Buc-ee's. I have not been to a Buc-ee's yet, but
Really?
someone on the internet told me I look like the logo.
Oh, that's wrong.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
I can
know.
see. Okay. All
I do
right.
kind of look like him. I can agree. And I was gonna be Bucky for Halloween, and it didn't work out because I didn't end up wearing or getting having to wear the costume because of work and
Oh,
whatnot.
nice.
But I was like, dang it, next year.
Right. There's always next year.
There's always next year. Now, I have the last and most important question to ask you.
Sure.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur. Uh, I mean, you have to say the T-Rex, right? Like
I mean, you don't have to say it, but if that's your favorite dinosaur,
that's
then you do.
so growing up in the I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. I know that's anybody born in the 1900s is old for a lot of these people nowadays, but that's kind of what it is. But yeah, like I gotta say the T Rex just because of Jurassic Park. Like that was one of my favorite movies growing up.
Yep. We get either Jurassic Park fans or Land Before Time.
So funny story about Land Before Time.
Uh-oh.
We I have twin daughters and they're six. And we're like slowly my wife and I are slowly like showing them things from our childhood. Like we watched the Goonies and we've watched Sandlot and we've watched stuff like that, just trying to like show them stuff. Um so they had a $5 movie night at our movie theater, our local movie theater here, and it was Land Before Time. And so we're thinking, oh, this is awesome. This is a good movie. We watched it as kids. We're going to take them to see it. So the two of us old heads and our daughters go into this movie theater and we not even thinking about it until 30 seconds before it happened. But the opening scene is Littlefoot's mom dies, and I look over at my wife and we're like, oh crap, like maybe they didn't connect it right, our daughters. And so I look down at my daughter and she is just bawling. I was like, oh dude, we messed up. I completely forgot that part of the movie was in that. And so I have one daughter that they're twins, but they're fraternal. So one is like two completely different personalities. One of them was bawling her eyes out, upset that the mom and dad died. The other one was like, "Well, what happens next?" Like it wasn't a big deal to her.
Right.
So we spend the next hour consoling the one that's upset. And just out we walked out and we're like, "Man, that was like a parent fail for real." Like I completely forgot that that's how that movie starts.
Right. But
We
see, that's what made us stronger.
I see. I think so too. So like to that point, right? We were watching the original Lion King,
Mm-hmm.
and my wife was like, "Don't let him watch the part where Mufasa dies." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And so that part came on, and of course, I'm like, "No, no, no. They need to see it. This is life. This is what happens." And again, like parenting fail, massive level. I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like it's just a movie. It's not real. It's not real." Like they were so upset.
I saw
But
Lion King in theaters and I was so upset.
yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I remember having Lion King birthday parties. Like that's kind of crazy to
It's
think.
it's interesting how like movies that we grew up on like had so
Hmm.
much like honestly like death in them. Like
right? And it
I feel
was
like secretly they were just preparing us for life
for life. Well, Disney's a little different
or
now.
scarring us for life.
So yeah, there's probably some trauma carried from the Disney movies, the
There
early
could
on
be.
Disney movies.
There could be.
We always joke with people and kind of gauge, I guess, what they remember from being a kid. And we're like, okay, what was the only orange VHS you remember as a kid? And some people, do you know what it is?
I feel like I do, but I can't put my finger on it.
Some people will be like, oh, the VHSs were like black. I'm like, no, 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 there was one orange one that everybody loved.
Ugh, I can't think of it.
It's
I think I know what you're talking about though.
it's a movie called Good Burger.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Good Burger.
Yeah, yeah. And so we always make jokes about that. We're like, man, like nobody sees you don't have
Right.
an
Who loves
orange
orange
streaming
soda?
service. Kel loves
Kel
orange
loves orange
soda.
soda.
Yeah, exactly. That's our era.
I loved that movie.
Yeah, Mondo Burger. We always make jokes about obviously In and Out and Whataburger. That's like a fight in Texas of what burger is the best. Uh the answer is Whataburger, by the way. Even though you have an In
Well,
and Out shirt
I
on, I
feel
think,
like
right?
the answer up here would be Culver's.
Hey, Culver's is good. We don't have that though, so it's like a new thing for us. I
Yeah.
had it in Missouri the first time. It was really good. And I think we had it in Florida maybe. Um, but yeah, we make jokes all the time about In and Out being the Mondo burger and then Whataburger's a good burger.
I feel like didn't they try to like open like a Good Burger
Oh, I'm sure they did.
chain? And I don't know that it went off
It
because I've
it
never even
yeah. I feel
heard
like
of it going
it
getting
would have
popular.
failed fantastically.
It would only be good if you got someone like Kel there though.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to have the cast. It has to be Keenan and Kel doing it, or it's not fun.
Or someone that looks like him, I guess, but
That
that would
was
be
the
funny.
90s.
Yep, the 90s were a great
It was
time.
so good. Best era.
It is one of the best eras, yes.
Oh,
And
it's
then the
so
early
good.
2000s.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and I feel maybe our parents said the same thing about the 70s and 80s, but like, I feel like the 90s was awesome. I love Friends. I loved like so much about the 90s.
Hmm.
And then the 2000s, I was a teenager, so it was like that was my era.
Right.
And like I was telling you, like 2000 or 98 to 2008, 2010 was like that was formative for me,
Yeah.
And then I started touring like religiously after that. So like I did a Warped Tour in 2010, and then it just kind of opened up a whole nother side of things. But we, I don't know,
I
these
did
kids
love the
don't.
80s music. I
Oh, I
I
love it.
I
Yeah,
was born in the 80s, so I mean I know some stuff as a little kid, but I
sure.
mean I didn't really I was more of like a 90s kid when it came to music, but I
Yeah,
loved the Bangles back in the day.
nice, nice. See, I would still like Wham and like Aha and like all the old '80s stuff.
Yeah, my dad was really good at getting me into a lot of cool bands back in the day when I was
That's
growing up,
awesome.
so
See, my mom was like classic rock and like Metallica and like kind of
yeah.
more so what I am now. And my dad listened to country, so I kind of had best of both worlds. Like I have a lot of respect for a lot of country, and whenever the
Yeah.
guys are annoying me, I'll put on '90s country in the van real loud, and they get super irritated. Um, but I don't
Yeah,
know. How about
you playing Tractor Sexy, huh?
oh hey, Tim McGraw all day. We Alan Jackson going down the road, and they're like, "Can we please like, will you crash the van or something? Like, can we stop doing this? Please stop."
Well,
I
you
don't
know
know.
what you can torture them with if you ever need to
Well,
get something out of them.
oh yeah, just start playing Alan Jackson over and over, and they'll quit. Kenny Chesney.
But, well, the dinosaur question was my final question. Is there anything you'd like to add at the end of this conversation for anyone
No,
still listening?
I'm glad that we were finally able to do this podcast. No, like I said, it's been on in the works for a minute. We're just too busy. I think we were going to do it. I want to say we're supposed to do it like a year ago.
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, it's
I
been. I
mean,
mean, there's no
we
telling,
do
but
so many interviews like
right.
all the time. We try to release an episode every week and it's
Like
going on
we,
3 years now, so
well, good. Congratulations. That's awesome. We absolutely listened to most of what we do interviews for, but like your stuff and one called Stereotherapy, we listen to a
Hmm.
lot.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's awesome. As far as I guess last words, just come hang out with us in Seattle and Bremerton, and uh, we're gonna try to do some more stuff this year. That's East Coast, a little bit of Midwest. We're trying to do a little bit of everything. So maybe some stuff down in Florida. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so keep a lookout, everyone.
Further North at Further North TX on all the social medias.